Hi, everyone. My name is Caitlin Rubenstein, and I handle all of our Kidlit titles here at Workman Publishing, which encompasses the imprints that you see on your screen here and many more. So please be sure to go to workman.com and check us out. Jumping right in, I want to be sure that everyone has the opportunity to download the slides that will be shared today. These will give you access to the ISBNs, all of the metadata you might need, inside spreads, covers, files, author, illustrator, and BIFAC information. So please do be sure to download these slides. First up, we have the ABCs of Black History. This is by Rio Cortez and illustrated by Lauren Summer. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous picture book. It doesn't just cover one word for each letter in the alphabet, but many different words that encompass the history and culture of the Black community. I really would urge everyone to pick this one up. It is just gorgeous and will make a real difference on the shelf in your ABC collection. Next up, we have Jungle Night from Sandra Boynton. This is a brand new bedtime book from Sandra Boynton. All of the jungle animals are settling into sleep, each closing their eyes and adding to the hum of a jungle night with their sighs and whisperings until all of a sudden, snore. The elephant's loud snore wakes up all the animals who had been peacefully dreaming away. This is going to be a new bedtime classic, sure to be flying on and off of your shelves. Hear My Voice. This is a powerful and also heartbreaking picture book presented in both English and Spanish. Hear My Voice tells us the stories of 61 children in migration who were detained at the border between Mexico and the US. The words on these pages are taken from actual testimony in the children's own words. This is a truly beautiful book, but it is also harrowing. I want to share two quotes from the contributors of this book with you. The first is from Michael Garcia Bochnek from the Human Rights Watch, and he says, "This book is a story for children by children. It wasn't easy to tell, and it isn't easy to hear, but it's not only the story of adults' cruelty and neglect, but at the end of the day, it is also a story of children's strength, courage, and hope." And lastly, I wanted to share with you a quote from Warren Binford, who says, "Every illustration is intended to help bridge the humanity between the children whose collective stories are told and the child who is trying to understand what is happening to children forced to move across national borders." Although this is a children's book, we urge that thoughtful adults are on hand to help young readers process what they're learning from these children's accounts. The book should be viewed as an opportunity to better understand migration and children's rights. This book includes questions, things to think about while reading, as well as resources should you want to decide to take action. There are 17 illustrators that have contributed to this beautiful book, including Gigi Morales, Pura Belpré Honor-winning illustrator Raul Gonzalez III, and many, many more. This is one that I really hope all of you head over to NetGalley and request. It is not just fantastic, but of course necessary. On to something a bit different. We have extended our fantastic Big Fat Notebook series from our middle school line, which you can see up in the corner here. There are 6 titles right now out for middle schoolers. We have World History, American History, Math, Science, English Language, and the most recent Computer Science and Coding. But now we have high school editions as well. So we have Geometry and Chemistry, which are out now, and now I am introducing to you today Biology. These are for help with curriculum subjects. They are not fill-ins, they are not activity books, these are straight study guides. They are packed with onomatopoetic devices, highlighted terms, and tips to help retain the most important information on each subject. The first 2, like I said, are out now, and Biology will be out in April of 2021. All of the middle school, like I mentioned before, are out now, so be sure to check these out. You don't have to be everything. This is a YA anthology. 68 poets come together in a collection of poems for young women. Authors Maya Angelou, Elizabeth Acevedo, the first poet laureate for youth, Amanda Gorman, and many, many more share poems addressing the complex feelings of coming of age. Honest and unafraid, the entries offer girls a message of self-acceptance, permission to let go of shame and perfection. From Algonquin Young Readers, we have The Oddmire, Deepest, Darkest. Tin and Cole are back in the third installment of the Oddmire series. This time, Tin and Cole are on a quest to find the mystery surrounding their long-lost father, Joseph Burton. Favorite friends Edie and Fable join them as they venture further than they ever have before into the deepest, darkest part of the Wildwood. Will they find the answers they seek before an ancient evil consumes the Wildwood? I don't know. Not going to tell you. You have to read to find out. Nicole Melleby is also back, this time with her third novel, not a series, but it is her third novel. How to Be a Planet stars Pluto, and Pluto always starts the summer with a trip to the planetarium. Summer is her favorite season, filled with trips to the Boardwalk Arcade, working in her mom's pizzeria, and celebrating her best friend's birthday. But this year, none of that seems possible to Pluto. This beautiful, sensitive, and relatable story shares Pluto's struggle with anxiety and depression. Pluto navigates her way to the realization that even with a checklist full of ways and things that she feels she can do to get back to the old Pluto, that there is no old Pluto and there is no new Pluto. There's just Pluto right now in the moment, just her. This is going to be an essential read for a lot of middle grade students out there. Nicole's previous titles are also for middle grade readers, and I really, really would highly suggest you check out The Role of Brie Hutchins and also Hurricane Season. They are absolutely fantastic. So excited about this one, How Do You Live? First published in 1937. This is a favorite childhood book of Hayao Miyazaki, and it is being brought to you in English translation for the very first time. In fact, I have heard that Miyazaki is planning to emerge from retirement to make this the basis of a final film. How Do You Live is narrated in two voices. Copper, who has just lost his father and is confronting a lot of change, and interspersed with Copper's chapters are the chapters of his uncle. And his uncle shares with him through journal entries his knowledge and advice to life's big questions. One of those, of course, being, how will he live? For fans of The Alchemist, The Little Prince, Stand By Me, and Miyazaki fans everywhere, you're going to want to check this one out. Kids on the March, this really fantastic nonfiction title shares 15 powerful protests of kids speaking up and standing up for what is right. From the March of the Mill Children in 1903 to the Strike for a Better School in 1951, to the very most recent marches like March for Our Lives, the Climate Strike, and Black Lives Matter. This is a powerfully told and inspiring look at how standing up for what you believe can advance the causes of justice. It truly underlines the notion that no one is too small or too young to make a difference. Girlhood. Oh, Girlhood, so wonderful. This shares 30 teens from 27 different countries through their everyday experiences. This is shared, as you can see on the screen, through journal entries in a scrapbook style format. And Masuma, the author, offers a lot of great reporting research that helps you understand the circumstances and the communities that these girls live in. It is full color throughout and really fantastic to help young readers connect with their peers off the screen and on the book page. Another couple of examples of the interiors for you. Enduring Freedom. September 11th is a historic day, one that changed the course of millions of lives. And this story shares the lives of two teens, Bahir and Joe, who are worlds away, and how 9/11 changed their lives forever. Bahir is a studious Afghan teen, and Joe is a young American Army private in the National Guard. And when Joe's unit gets deployed into Bahir's town, the two meet and their paths are forever entwined. This story is actually based on truth. Trent was deployed to a town in Afghanistan where he met Jawad, and the two authors are sharing pieces of their truth interlaced in this moving and enlightening fiction YA novel about how ignorance can tear us apart and how education and understanding can bring us back together. Extremely powerful, fantastic read. Up All Night, which is something very different. It is a YA anthology from YA author Laura Silverman of Girl Out of Water and You Asked for Perfect. This anthology is about the time between sunset and sunrise, when the lights are off, the calm settles over the world, and when magic can be felt and anything feels possible. Stories from all genres, from romance to horror, are shared in 13 short YA powerhouse authors such as Nina LaCour, Tiffany Jackson, Brandy Colbert, and Karen McManus. One of my favorite quotes from Laura about this book is here, so I'm just going to share that with you, which is, "Whether I was at a lock-in for my youth group or playing video games or with all of my friends for senior year prom, many of those nights were most impactful of my life. I felt permission to step outside of my normal behaviors to learn not only more about the world and those around me, but also more about myself." I feel like all of us can relate to those teen moments that Laura shares with the authors in this anthology. Rise of the Red Hand is from our science fiction fantasy imprint, Erewhon. This follows a book that is fast-paced, action-packed, young adult, about two teens who are from completely opposite places in society, and they band together to save the communities they love. There are robotics and cybernetic enhancements and hackers, and it's just really fun and really awesome. And it's actually the first, I believe, in a duology, so be sure to check out the next one. I wanted to share just a few of my favorite titles from Story Publishing. Story offers really great selections for nonfiction for tons of readers, from the very young for food and art play, to elementary school children for sky gazing and cardboard box engineering, that STEM and STEAM world there. How to be a person, just, pre-adulting for your kids. It'll really help ensure that they will be the best college roommates. And then we have Mindful Moves, Monarch Butterflies, and Wilderness Adventure Camp. And these are three books, Mindful, the very young, and Wilderness up to middle grade, nonfiction, brand new from Story. We have Build Your Stack with The Experiment. We have Hello Numbers, all about counting. If you go with your goat to vote, which is all rhyming, really fun read, and tells kids about their right to vote. The Incredible Yet True Adventures of Alexander von Humboldt, which is absolutely gorgeous. The illustrations in this book are beautiful, and it celebrates Alexander the naturalist himself. A Curious Collection of Peculiar Creatures also has incredible illustrations. One you can see here on the cover that will make a lot of kids laugh out loud during reading. And then new from The Experiment, we have Moi Moi Look at Me, which I have heard is able to soothe a crying baby, which I think many parents coming into your libraries will be clamoring for. And Reggie My Rhinoceros, which deals with death in a really beautiful and appropriate way for the age level. Last but not least, I wanted to share some titles with you from Duo Press. Duo Press has also some wonderful nonfiction for you. The top three are all for middle grade readers, and the bottom one, My Animal Atlas, is brand new, and it is for our younger readers to learn about all of the animals on all of the continents. That's it from me. Thank you for spending the time and sharing your ALA Midwinter with me. I hope that you liked some of our books. Feel free to email me at caitlinrubenstein@workman.com, share with me on Twitter, on Instagram. You can also subscribe to both of my newsletters. I am always here to chat about a good book and help you connect a book with a reader in need. A lot of the titles that I shared with you today are on NetGalley and Edelweiss, so be sure to request a galley and I will send it your way. Thank you again, and I hope you have a wonderful year ahead.